They called it 3-Eye Atlas, a wandering body moving faster than anything ever tracked within our dome. The name was chosen quickly, as if a label could erase the unease. Astronomers insisted it was only an interstellar comet. But deep down, the question grew. What if the label itself was part of the cover? What if this was never a random piece of rock at all, but a traveler? A courier sent across the vault from the lands that stretch beyond the ice. The record begins quietly, almost too quietly. On July 1st, 2025, at the Atlas Observatory in Chile, an object was confirmed in the southern skies. Sagittarius, the sign of the Archer, a place that has long guarded the Antarctic rim. Weeks had passed before the sighting was official, 0 weeks when the body burned unnoticed, as though waiting to be acknowledged. When the confirmation came, it carried a number, a catalogue entry, a neat explanation. But those who have studied the maps beyond the wall knew better. This was not chance. It was a signal, and it was not the first. Oumuamua arrived in 2017, a strange shard that slipped away before full study. Borisov followed in 2019, different in appearance, yet equally alien in origin. And now, Atlas. Brighter, faster, more deliberate, 3 visitors in less than a decade. For thousands of years, no such bodies crossed our skies. Now suddenly, a pattern forms. The odds are not coincidence. The rhythm is not random. Someone, somewhere, is sending messages. Atlas traveled on no normal road. Our comets loop, returning again and again in cycles measured by generations. But Atlas raced along a hyperbolic arc 1, a path that does not return. It entered fast, and it will leave forever. 58 kilometers per second as it approached. Nearly 70 as it brushed past the sun. No comet inside our dome has ever moved this way. What kind of body hurls itself into a world it can never revisit, unless the path is chosen? And the milestones came like steps in a ritual. October 3rd, 2025, a near pass by Mars, just 0.19 astronomical measures away. October 29th, perihelion, its closest to the Sun. December 19th, its encounter with Earth, 1.8 measures, not random days, not chaotic timing, exact alignments, executed with purpose, a sequence like a code, designed to be read. At its heart lay a body no larger than 5 kilometers, harmless in size, insignificant compared to planets. Yet from this seed poured a shroud that dwarfed the Earth itself, a glowing veil measured at 348,000 kilometers wide, larger than our entire world. To the public, this was described as a natural coma, the simple exhalation of ice. But to those who watched carefully, it was a banner, a sign, raised high saying, "I am here, I want to be seen." But the shroud revealed something stranger still. Comets inside our dome breathe water when warmed, steam, vapor, ice. This one did not. Atlas exhaled carbon dioxide, a suffocating foreign breath. NASA's Swift detected water, yes, but only 40 kilograms per second, a trickle compared to the torrent of carbon dioxide. The James Webb confirmed it in cold detail. Carbon dominant, water diminished, and laced with poisons. Carbon monoxide, carbonyl sulfide, cyanide. To call it a comet is to ignore the message in the chemistry. This was not born beneath our sun. Our scientists explained it away. An anomaly, a strange composition. But carbon dioxide in such scale is not anomaly. It is identity. It is the fingerprint of a different dome, breathing a different air under a different sun. When Atlas unfurled its veil, it was not merely outgassing. It was declaring origin, and yet the mystery deepened. For its size, Atlas should have been faint, a dim smear in the telescopes, but it blazed far too bright, orders of magnitude brighter than physics allowed. The explanation, scattering, fluorescence, reflection. The truth, brightness itself was the signal, a spotlight in the sky, impossible to ignore, aimed directly at us. Even in the halls of establishment science, some broke rank. At Harvard, a professor calculated alignments too precise to dismiss. He spoke quietly, but his meaning was clear. This could be a probe, a courier, a messenger, not ice, not chance, but intent. Protocols emerge when patterns repeat. Enter through the southern gate, display a banner in your gases. Align with planets so all will see. shine brighter than your body allows, then depart swiftly, leaving only questions. Once is chance, twice is coincidence, thrice is a law. Atlas followed the law. Perhaps the strangest truth of all, Atlas may never have entered our dome at all. The crystalline vault above us is translucent, almost transparent. Through it, lights refract, distort, and bleed. What we witnessed may have been only the shadow of the body, its true path gliding beyond the barrier. A lantern moving outside, glimpsed by those trapped within. Astronomers call it interstellar, as if from light years away. But they are blinded by their own false history. What they imagine as galaxies are nothing more than domes, and lit beneath the Great Dome. Atlas was not born across impossible distances. It is a neighbor, a traveler from just beyond the ice. Maps that were hidden speak of such places. The verdant dome, rich in carbon, glowing beneath an orange sun. The shattered dome, scarred with sulfur, its air thin and toxic. The Dominion Dome, where serpents rule, builders of tunnels and messengers, each has the means, each has the signature. The question is not who sent Atlas. The question is why now? Those who whisper of the verdant dome speak of tall, pale beings. The Nordics. Radiant, statuesque figures with piercing eyes said to shine like ice. They are described as guardians, preservers of knowledge older than memory, who intervene only when balance is at stake. Their presence in human folklore, from the shining ones of Europe to the sky gods of the north, has never fully vanished. Others claim the dominion belongs to the serpents, reptilian dynasties, masters of deception and architects of control. Cold-blooded yet calculating, their power is said to run through tunnels beneath the plane, where they build machines and empires hidden from sight. Countless accounts describe their influence in human thrones, shadow governments, and ancient cults. The shattered dome is whispered to harbor the Greys, small, silent, with dark, unblinking eyes that see into the soul. To some, they are scouts, to others, harvesters. But all agree they watch without emotion, their presence always unsettling. Abduction lore across centuries may be echoes of their reach, passing through the cracks of our dome. Myths, legends, conspiracies, yet across cultures and ages the patterns align. If Atlas carries their mark, then these stories were not fantasy, but warnings recorded in memory. The gases point to the verdant, the geometry points to the dominion. Perhaps it was both, perhaps it was all of them. An alliance beyond our wall announcing itself. They need not shout. A single messenger, brighter than it should be, speaks louder than any broadcast. The pattern is undeniable. Southern entry, retrograde orbit, a banner of carbon, a light too bright, a swift departure. One could dismiss each alone. Together they form the law of messengers. To the public, it will be called a comet, a curiosity, a harmless light in December skies. But those who remember Oumuamua, those who watched Borisov, know the sequence. Each brighter, each faster, each more deliberate. 3 signals, each louder than the last. What is the message? Perhaps only this. You are not alone. The dome is vast, the plane alive. The neighbors beyond the ice are stirring, and they have chosen to remind us of what was hidden. If Atlas is a probe, then it was watching us even as we watched it. Measuring, recording, testing our response. Our history books taught us galaxies and stars, but the truth has always been domes and neighbors. And Atlas was their reminder. 3i Atlas is not just a comet, it is a traveler, a courier, a southern messenger, a sign that the wall has never been the end, and it will not be the last. And so the messenger departs, its light fading into the southern dark. But the question lingers, heavier than the data left behind. Who sent Atlas? Why now? Was it a warning, a test, or simply the first wave of many? The answers remain sealed beyond the ice, hidden in domes our history denies. Yet one truth cannot be silenced. Atlas has reminded us that we are not alone. And when the next messenger comes, as surely it will, we will have no excuse not to see.